Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Goo-Wop Gucci studio on the expansive first floor of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep 3. As always, if you would be so kind to smash that like button, give us the subscribe, check us out on social media, and make sure you stop by our Discord channel to talk about everything going on in real time. And that is addictive, my friends. I spent a lot of the day yesterday just keeping an eye on the games and talking smack with everybody. It was a good time was had by all. A lot of good handicappers over there laying down some picks. So check it out. It is the Discord app, and just look for the Winners and Whiners site. Okay, so with that being said, of course, let us know what you're playing in the comment section. You tailing the Deep 3, you fading the Deep 3. We've been hot. We were a little cold yesterday. Sorry you jumped off the Deep 3 bandwagon. Am I an idiot now? Was I smart earlier and now I'm stupid? Whatever it is, let us know what you're playing. On, off, whatever sport, tennis, soccer, baseball, in a WNBA, we don't care. Can you win at it? Do you have a number? Can you beat that number? That's all we care about. Let us know what it is. When you get it right, we'll give you the shout out. You get enough of them right, just like Goo-Wop Gucci right there, you're going to be our capper of the day. The Gooch, all he did was hit a three-teamer yesterday, plus 616. Ho-hum. Not a bad Friday at all. So, was the Gooch able to hang on to his title today? I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned and find out. In the meantime, let's take a look at why yesterday went tits up on us. We had Nebraska. Man, this is very frustrating, guys. Two of these games, I had the other side. When I originally capped them, and I talked myself out of it. You know what? I know better. When you take that first look, when you get your pick down, stick with it for God's sakes. I had Nebraska minus the points. They were never close. They struggled more than they should have. They didn't cover. We did have Northwestern. I don't even want to talk about that game. That was a game we certainly should have legitimately won, as Northwestern had the ball with under a minute left on their own 20, down 3, and we're catching 6 in the hook. Things look good for us. The only thing we got to worry about is what I was worried about at this point was a long field goal to tie it, and then winning by 7 in overtime. Oh, no. We pretty much said fuck that, and we're going to lose it right now, as they put massive pressure on the quarterback for Northwestern. Fumbled the ball into the end zone. The guard comes down for Northwestern. He's going to fall on it for a safety. Still save our... Nope. He rolls right over the son of a bitch. And, of course, Stanford falls on the ball for a touchdown to win by 10. We lose. Maybe not the worst beat of all time. Certainly right up there. Awful beat. And then we had Mizzou. Another bet I changed when I was on a radio show earlier this week. I talked about how Wyoming was going to be my upset special. And I started looking at that, and I put on my black and gold colored glasses, talked myself out of that. In fact, I switched sides, and that ended up being the wrong call, as Wyoming won straight up, not to mention covering the 17 fucking points. So 0-3 we go. One bad beat out of those. Should have gone 1-2, but you know what? That's why we're here. Bitch about our bad beats. And on the other side of the coin, the premium picks went 3-0. How about that? Boise State came roaring back. They not only covered, but they won outright. And I actually advised our premium players to maybe take a little sprinkle there at plus 215. I like that number quite a bit. Then we had Virginia, as they pretty much dominated Pitt for most of that game there. Took care of business easily. Speaking of taking care of business easily, we had the Washington State Huskies, who after letting New Mexico State score there in the first quarter to tie the game at 7-7. All that Washington State did was reel off 51 straight points with their quarterback, Gordon. I can't remember his first name, but I think he went, if I'm not mistaken, I think he went 25 of 31, 420 yards, 5 touchdowns, and sat out just about half of the third quarter and all of the fourth quarter. Not a bad job for a guy that they didn't even name the starter until yesterday. He threw us a curveball. We thought he was gonna go with the starter from Eastern Washington that was the grad transfer, but they went with the 5th-year senior there at Washington State. So well done, Gordon. as we go 3-0 on the premium side, 3-3 on the day. So let's take a look and see what we got cooked up for today. First, taking a look at the Reds and the Cardinals. Cardinals at home minus 153. Molly goes for the Reds against Miles Michaelos for the Cardinals. You know, the Cardinals, they've been on fire here since the first week of August. They've gone 16-4. They've won 10 of their last 12. Molly, he's been on the IL for about a month, and he's making his first start coming off the IL for a hamstring issue. He is yet to win on the road this season. As the Reds have gone 0-11 in his start, and it's pretty easy to find out where the blame is, as he has posted a 5.58 ERA, 5.58 ERA on the season. So, or on the road rather, and not much better on the season. He's also not pitched well against the Cardinals, as he has the ERA against the Cards at 7.74 in his 2 starts. Michaelos, kind of been a roller coaster season for the Mad Greek. He'd been pitching well, then he had 3 bad starts, and then last time out looked very sharp against Milwaukee, as he struck out 10, gave up just 1 earned over 6 innings, and picked up the victory. He does have an unsightly 6.4 ERA in 4 starts against Cincinnati, but only one of those was a home start, and that was back in April. The Cardinals are a very different team right now than they were in April, and Miles Michaelos is a very different pitcher. Give me the Cards right here. Cardinals playing a few close games. I don't want to fade that on the run line. Let's just go ahead and eat the juice. Minus 153, say the Cards. And hey, let's do it doggy style. We haven't flipped it over and done it doggy style in a while, so let's take a spin here as the Cleveland Indians take on the Tampa Bay Rays. Ryan Pletka goes for the Tribe against Charlie Morton for the Rays. Indians on the road plus 185. They're missing a couple of players there, but it ain't Rocky Calavito and Jim Thome. I'm trying to think of good Indians players. But the Indians, they haven't been playing great lately, all right? They've gone 5-5 over their last 10, but here's a little secret. You know who else is 500 over his last starts? That's Charlie Morton. Over his last 8 since July the 18th, he has gone 4-4 with a 5.05 ERA. And the whip, 1.23. Not great at all. The Rays overall, they're just 9-9 over their last 18. They're 7-6 in Charlie Morton's 13 starts there at the Trop. Adam Pletka continues to get absolutely no respect at all from the betting markets, despite having a 3.27 ERA since July 20th, and the Tribe winning 4 of his 7 starts. But at the end of the day, this play for me is all about the numbers. We're missing Naquin, we're missing Ramirez, but this is a ridiculous price on Cleveland, plus 185, even without a solid pitcher like Pletka starting. When you add in Pletka, he's going to give you 6 solid innings. I think we've got a good chance here to fade the Rays and fade this big number. Give me a Cleveland Indians plus 185. And let's take a spin from the NCAA football as the Houston Cougars take on the Oklahoma Sooners down there in Norman. I'm looking at the total here, guys. We talked a little bit about this on the Discord page for those of you who were there. The total in this one is 79.5. You know me, guys. I'm always looking for a reason to take the under. It's where the value is. You're going to fade the public. The public likes scoring. They like home teams, all that stuff. I'm always looking for the dogs. I'm always looking for the under. However, I can't find it on this one, all right? The Cougars' new coach, Dana Holgerson, they brought him in after they fired Major Applewhite after Army hung 70 on them in their bowl game. Good Lord. They were a little banged up, but still 70. Should have saved some of those points for our game the other night, but I digress. Dana Holgerson, he comes over from West Virginia. He knows all about this Oklahoma offense. He knows all about this Oklahoma defense. The good news is he played them last year, and he was able to put up 56 points against the Sooners defense. The bad news is Sooners were able to put up 59 points against West Virginia. By the way, before you're saying, well, that's like 7 overtimes. No, that's a 60-minute regulation game. no overtime at all. I watched that game. It was an incredible shootout. Um, but Jalen Hurts, he's the one that they talk about all the time. He's getting all the pub. But De'Aaron King, quarterback for the Cougars, he gets all his skill guys back. That offense is a finely tuned machine. Now the bad news is a bad Cougars defense most likely got even worse as they lost Ed Oliver to graduation, and that's pretty scary because this defense was not good at all. They've got a new defensive coordinator. He's going to try and scheme them out of it. We'll see how that goes. Oklahoma, as always, is loaded at the skill position. Sure, there's going to be a little bit of drop-off, you would imagine, from Jalen Hurts. From Kyler Murray to Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts, he knows how to throw the ball around. He's a nice dual-threat quarterback. He's not afraid to run. Not as fast as Murray, but I don't think he's going to need to be against this Cougars offense. It's just hard to see how they are going to get enough stops to keep this one under, all right? The Cougars run pace. They're 7th in the nation in plays per game. In Oklahoma, while they don't run pace, all they do is they're incredibly efficient as they led the nation in points, led the nation in points per play, and they led the nation in yards per game. Square City, baby. Give me the over in the prime time game there. Give me Oklahoma, Houston over 79.5. Give me those Indians plus 185, and we'll take the St. Louis Cardinals minus the 153 at the end of those three games. You guys can join me as we pick up our winning tickets and head back to the window. All right, everybody, let's take a quick look here at the premium side. Getting ready to fire up all of our plays there on the premium side for football coming up. We finish out the month of August 33, 29, and 2. We ended up eking over the Mendoza line as we go 52.4. I think we're actually about 52.57 or whatever that was. So we or 50. So we just got it done there barely, but we're looking to do better as football gets going. We are pretty good in football so far this season. We are 13-6 on the college ranks, and we did go 18-6 in the NFL preseason. If you're scoring at home, that makes us 31-12 for our 43 football games so far in the fall here. So we're pretty happy with where we're at. If you want to get more premium picks, by all means, get yourself signed up over there. We're running some great specials. All right, so let's take a look at the shout-outs. See how everybody did. I will say that C-Dub didn't post any plays, but he did. I talked to him over on Discord. He put he's doing those mad carrot numbers. He said he played in excess of 70 plays, and came out. I think he hit a 4-teamer at the end. I think he's ended up doing very well for the day. So we'll have to have C-Dub take care of that and let us know how he did yesterday. I know he was up 11 units before that parlay, and I think that parlay came in for him. First of all, I'm going to start with a missed shout-out from yesterday. I'm going to start with Barry Block, mainly because I love that name and I love that show. So, sorry, Mr. Barry. He said that he had some plays with Colorado and Nevada, which did very well for him. He missed out on the South Florida Bulls and the Army team total over. But the part that I wanted to read, he had a side note, and he talked about the same thing that I did. That's why I'm going to bring it, because he agrees with me. Of course, he said it before I said it, but he said UCLA, they lose the momentum on their very first drive when they fumble the ball into the red zone, and they just played terrible the rest of the game. That's absolutely right. That's exactly what I said, as they drove the ball right down the field, rolling out at the 5-yard line, just inexplicably dropped the ball, and Cincinnati recovered, and they were never the same after that. They looked like an entirely different team. So, good note there, Barry, and I totally agree with you. Hey, our reigning champion, the Goo-Wop the Gooch, made a big spin on a 4-teamer and just barely missed. He had Alabama, he had Georgia, and he had Auburn. He missed out on Michigan. Oh, he also had Northwestern. Oh, man. If Michigan went and you'd have lost that Northwestern game, that was almost a 20-1 parlay. So close, Gooch. Not a bad spin at all G&G said that I mentioned yesterday that Bauer would get torched. Said I've been waiting for days to play. He made 1,900 on that game. Way to go. Bauer, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Bauer. He was kind of messed up. He was finishing up at Cleveland, and he has been absolutely dreadful since the trade. Derek Alota. Derek had a nice day indeed. He had the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. He had Osaka under 20.5. He had Oregon to take care of business there in the first half on the money line. He also lost on the Northwestern game and the Toledo game. He ends up going 3-2 for plus 80. Not a bad day at all. LOP, the Legion of Picks. He ends up going 3-2 plus 80. So I'm just kind of filling these in as we go here because I'm just filling in the totals with after the USC game. That was the one that was waiting to wrap up here as I was recording. So USC ended up not covering that, as you guys already know by this point. Excuse me. The Mad Carrot is angry. Mad Carrot, his first 10 picks did pretty well. He went 6-4 plus 160, and then he had a lot of winners. I had you got to tell us, Carrot. You got to tell us how you did. I know he had a high volume day, and I know Carrot faded one of our tennis cappers here in he faded EJ the Rainmaker on the Coco match, and the Carrot ended up being correct on that one. So good call there, Carrot. So we had a short day of comment section. We had our Pazza cappers. We had the Carrot did well. We had Steve Gowden. He went 3-2 plus 80. And we had Derek Alota. Derek goes 3-2 as well. And he goes plus 80 on that one. I'm sorry, he had the... he had the Ducks on the one line. So let's see. Okay, because I had that one marked wrong. So minus 220, 100, 200, 330. So he's up 210 is what we're going to call it. I did not have a line on the Ducks first half money line. I put it in there at plus 130. So Derek, you have to tell us how that actually worked out. So we go 330 up, 220 to the bad. So he goes plus 110 on the day. Not bad at all, Derek. That's a fine day out there, my friend. And so Derek was a Pazza capper. Steve Gowden was a Pazza capper, but eking out a narrow victory. You know him, you love him. He makes more plays in a day than I make in a month. It is the Mad Carrot is angry, everybody. 6-4 plus 160. Mad Carrot, nothing to be angry about, baby. Your Orangitude, you are once again our capper of the day. Congratulations, my friend. And congratulations to all the rest of you. Made a little bit of money and got our college football season kicked off in the right direction. You guys definitely stop by Discord and say hey. I'm usually hanging out there. A couple of our other cappers usually are stopping by to say hello. So make sure you stop by and do all that stuff. All right? And regardless, we'll meet back here tomorrow about the same time. Even though it's Labor Day, we'll do it all again. We'll bitch about our bad beats. We'll brag about our fat stacks. And then we'll fire it up and we'll do it all again. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. Have a great long weekend, rather. Have a good Sunday night tonight. Everybody be good. Don't forget that designated driver. And we'll see you tomorrow for Labor Day. All right? Take care.